Ladies and gentlemen, your boy Gawx is gonna give us a sketchbook tour today. Yeah, I hope it's the one we just checked. So I wanna see how that sketchbook looks like. Yeah, let's enjoy the crispy edits and the clean visuals and everything. My favorite YouTube channel so far.
Hello everyone. So a few days ago I finished a new sketchbook, as you may already know, and today, as I promised, I'm going to be showing it to you. There are a lot of drawings in this sketchbook, so it's going to take a while. I'm going to talk a little bit about each one, so grab some paint water, some pineapple, and let's start.
Grab some water!
Okay, this is the first drawing on the sketchbook, as you may already know. And I drew this one in August of 2019, if I'm not wrong. I had just started high school, and I used to draw a lot in the library because I didn't know many people at that time, so
Makes
I enjoyed
sense.
drawing in the
And
library.
it's quiet.
It's another similar character to the last one. I used to like this kind of vaporwave aesthetic, so there are a lot of characters with really vibrant colors and crazy poses and a lot of supreme, a lot of hype beast stuff, because I used to be into that kind of stuff at that time, so you will see a lot of that in the first drawings. Okay, this is a cheetah in the middle of the jungle on fire, and this was when the Amazon rainforest was in a crisis where it was burning, so I drew this one to raise a little bit of awareness. Okay, this is a full page doodle. I really enjoy drawing full page doodles. I've drawn a lot of full page doodles in the past, and you will see a lot of full page doodles in this
They look
sketchbook.
good too, I'm not
But
gonna lie.
I always think that they have something missing. I mean, this one is cool, but I think that something is missing, and I don't know what it is, so let's continue. This one was a draw this in your style. This champion hoodie you see here, I used to have a similar one, so I added it to the drawing. As I always do, I always try to add things I already own or I'm familiar with. This is a kid with his dog, and I almost never draw kids, so that's an exception. And for this one, I used monochromatic colors, so I drew everything in black, gray, and white, and I added a little bit of pop of color in the eyes of the dog and in the glasses of the kid. Another weird drawing, and I love this one. I think it was as well a draw this in your style, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Here I added the color combo I used, and I think this one is the first one where I did this, because you will see that later in more drawings. I drew this one. I remember when I drew this one. I drew this one as well in the library. This is a really fun drawing. I really liked. Okay, so this one might be the start of my character style. That's a pretty revolutionary drawing, in my opinion. Well, for me, not for everyone, but just for me, it's a really important
It's a personal drawing.
drawing. Every time I show the sketchbook to someone, they think it's Bad Bunny. And yeah, it has a resemblance with Bad Bunny, but it's not Bad Bunny. But if you want to think it's Bad Bunny, then it's Bad Bunny to you. That's up to you.
Think what you want to think.
Okay, so these were the two crazy doggos. This was as well the first time that I drew a dog in this style. And after that, it became like my signature dog. It's one of my favorites as well. Okay, this is a character with 3 caps
Nice.
and a bottle of soda. Yeah, I love this one. It's supposed to be me or someone really similar to me, and he's holding like this alligator. Fun drawing. Okay, when I first got Poscas, I'm sure you already know Poscas. I made this drawing, so this is my first ever Posca drawing. That's what it is. Let's continue.
Podcast.
Okay, this might be my favorite drawing, well, my second favorite drawing on the sketchbook, and this was as well the first time that I drew this face, which then became like a second logo of Gawx. Okay, here we have another character, and I love this one as well. This is another kind of alligator fish thing, swimming with other fishes.
What's up with
and
the
at the
alligator
time,
thing?
I used to post every day on Instagram, so I
Alligator
used to draw
season.
daily. The night before, I would sketch out my drawing for the next day, and at school I would ink it and color it. I would finish school at around 3 p.m. and then I had swimming practice as well at 3 p.m. So I would go to a place. It was like my photo shoot place, and I would put a black shirt under the drawing. I would take the picture and upload it to Instagram. So I was often late to my swimming practices. Sorry coach if you're watching this, but yeah, that's what I used to do. Let's continue. This is a cheetah as well, eating a fish. Another postcard drawing, and I think this one is the last one in the sketchbook, because you can see right here the paper is a little bit damaged, but the drawing is pretty cool and different from my usual style. Okay, I drew this one in December of 2019. I had just finished my first semester of high school, and I actually have those exact same shoes, so I used them as reference for this drawing.
Nice.
I took a picture with me holding some watermelons and it turned out pretty cool, so I decided to draw it and it turned into this one. This one is a koala, a pretty fun koala in my opinion. I love koalas and I love this drawing.
It's amazing the way he thinks, like the way he thinks of his drawing, like they're so different, bro. They are so different.
Okay, a fun character riding his bike with some really stylish shoes. Actually, I don't really draw bikes that much, and I think this one is my best bike I've drawn ever. Okay, here we have Plant Boy. Let me see if I have the original sketch of this one, but this one was drawn in Spanish class. I remember it perfectly, and then when I went home I decided that the next day I would film a day in the life, and yeah, in that video I made this drawing and I also showed you like my daily routine going to school training. Some penguins. This one was made in February of 2020. Okay, this one was drawn, I remember it perfectly as well. I was outside my classroom and I was there with my friends drawing this one. This one was the first drawing I made during the lockdown. I almost never draw backgrounds, so this one is different from my usual style. Another full page doodle.
He kills the
Okay,
doodle.
this one is actually Bad Bunny. This one was drawn while I was making my SpongeBob painting and I was tired of editing, so I grabbed my sketchbook and drew this one to distract myself a little bit. I accidentally forgot to put a piece of paper between these two, so this one bled through a little bit and you can see that here. Ooh, a black and white drawing. So back in 2018, 2017, I used to make a lot of these black and white drawings. After some time I stopped. I don't remember who told me like you haven't made a black and white drawing, so I drew this one. And yeah, that's how this one was born. Okay, a crazy character with some crazy tigers and of course purple crocs. I drew this one for the animation video, for my first animation video. This one was the reference for it. This one is hard to understand, so let me explain it to you. It's a tiger, like a cartoonish tiger. You can see it right here. This is his tail. And in his eye, in this huge eye, he has another tiger. So I wanted to draw a realistic tiger, but I didn't really know how to incorporate it to my usual style. And that was my idea. Two crazy characters, one from the back perspective, another one from the front perspective, wearing different outfits, as you can see.
Imagine.
This one.
Imagine Gawx making a drawing for me of me. How? That would be so cool. And then I'll post it. I'll put it on in my room or something. I'll put it there. Look at how empty this whole place is. That would be so cool if Gawx would make a drawing for me.
One was my first dual perspective drawing,
me,
and I really like it. This is Tyler the Creator. After the watermelon drawing I showed you earlier, I started listening to him a lot more. I was at the beach when I drew this one, and I remember I brought a whole lot of Copics with me, which I didn't use until the last day because my parents told me, hey Gawx, you brought all these Copics and you haven't used them. So I drew this one the last day. Oh, I didn't remember this one. It's fun. A pretty cool peacock. I drew this one at the beach as well. Yeah, this one is in the how to edit like a pro video. It was a Q&A, and in a section of that video I do another day in the life, like daily routine style of montages, and I drew this one there. Here we have an experiment. As you can see, it's a girl wearing a mask, and the mask is really cubist, like kind of abstract Picasso style, and the rest is more realistic. This one was when I first started using Pinterest to get inspiration. So I was scrolling through Pinterest and I saw this really cool girl with glasses and this colorful shirt, and I decided to draw her. Of course, I changed some things and added some new things like the frog and the bees, but it's essentially that character. Here we have Basquiat, one of my favorite artists, wearing a really cool knitted sweater and some Tyler the Creator shoes. And this one is a really cool monkey I saw in a video. I don't know if you have seen it, but it's like this like almost CGI monkey. He looks like computer generated. He doesn't look real. So after that, I really liked him and I decided to draw it. And that's this monkey. For my second animation, the one that it's a person skating, I needed a reference for it, so I drew this. It's supposed to be me. It doesn't look like me. Okay, so in my birthday there is a tradition where I always make a self-portrait, and when I turned 18, that was no exception. So here's an Easter egg. In the signature, instead of being Gawx 2021, it says Gawx 18. This one is a character who was running around, but he didn't have his Crocs in sports mode, so he fell. This is a really stylish hiker with a really cool haircut. At the time I wanted to get a really similar haircut, but I didn't, luckily, because I don't think it will fit me. So I added it to this really stylish girl. This is the Tyler the Creator Call Me If You Get Lost drawing. Tyler had just released that album and I really loved it, so I decided to draw him.
Nice.
This is a really cool monkey. And this is a purple monkey standing on his tail, eating some bananas as monkeys do. This one was the first drawing I drew back at school after the lockdown. For my second custom outfit video, I needed some references as well, so I did this dual perspective drawing of me with my intended outfit. I drew this one in math class, I remember it perfectly. I was a little bit distracted, so in my notebook I made this concept of making the shadows, instead of like dark brown or dark green, making them straight black, and it resulted in this really interesting experiment. This one is a boxer with, again, a really cool hairstyle, which I wanted to get at the time, but luckily I didn't. And I drew this one at school as well. And you saw this one in the finishing the sketchbook in 24 hours video. This is my favorite full page doodle I've ever done. And I really like it because I think the colors go really well together. And there are a lot of references and new elements in this one. So that's why I really like it. Okay, so here we have some cows. I drew this one after going to a cabin in the middle of the woods, as I say in my video.
On the last video.
And now my favorite of all of the drawings you have seen, the room drawing. So now that we're doing this sketchbook tour, like more laid back, let me show you each reference in this drawing. Here's my dog Penelope. I've had her for 10 years now, and she's the OG, so I added her to the drawing. Here are the Bad Bunny Crocs. Over the right side we have this wall with all of the skateboards, the artwork, and on the left side of the drawing and the right side of the room we have more artwork and some speakers. Here we have the sofa slash bed. Over the sofa we have this blanket, which is really special to me because my grandma made it for me. You can see it's right here. Oh, sorry.
Sweet.
Right here. So shout out to my grandma. Over here we have a record player, which I got a few months ago, and of course I added a bunch of my favorite records. For example, Motomami by Rosalía, which is one of my favorite albums of all time. And I actually got to see Rosalía live at the Zócalo of Mexico City, and that was amazing.
Nice.
What could possibly go wrong? From Dominic Fike, the one and only Zetangana Madrileño. Of course, I really recommend this one. Right here we have Baby Kim's The Melodic Blue, a great album. Here we have Circles by Mac Miller, a legendary record. Here we have Flower Boy and Igor by one of my favorite artists, Tyler the Creator. I love these records, and if you haven't yet, go give them a listen. And last but not least, under the Igor vinyl, we have Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy. I love this one as well, and my favorite song on the album is Mercury. And that's pretty much it.
You got
So
some good taste
thank you
in
for
music.
watching. Hope you liked my sketchbook and hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know which one is your favorite. I'll be reading your comments, and see you in the next one. Bye.
I think it's the one with the girl with the green head. The one with the green hairstyle and the heart. That's my favorite drawing. Bye.